Hey guys, what's up? We got a PS4 with a broken HDMI port in here. Check it out. Customer bent the pins from the interior. Must have pushed the cord too far in, causing damage. We're going to check it under the microscope here. This is it. So the first thing that you notice here is that the pins that are bent in are getting in the way of you being able to apply flux or solder in the future. So an easy trick you can do is just push them in. That's always the first thing that I do. So just gently, carefully push that pin back in with your tweezers. There you go. And you want to do that so that you can see these pins. You always want to be able to see that. Let me zoom in a little bit more. There we go. Alright, so I'm using liquid flux today. Apply that on all the pins here. Turn on my soldering iron here. Beam extraction. And apply some low melting point solder to every one of these 19 pins. Flood them nice and good like that. You want a lot of solder on there. Okay, now we're going to flip the board over and do the other side. We have 4 large ground pins that we need to flood with low melt solder. Same thing. Let's add some flux. Take your iron, your solder. These always take a little while to warm up. You want to add a lot of solder. Your hot air later will melt it more and allow it to freely mix, which is going to help you get that port out. But the more you add now, the easier that will be. You don't want to stress the port when you're removing it. Touching it usually results in people ripping the pads off, and that means trace repair. So to avoid that, just flood it with solder, even if it takes a little longer. Okay, so now, let me refocus this. I'm going to turn on my hot air station. and we're just going to let that port fall right out after applying some heat. So, yep, this port's going right in the trash. As you can see, this is my hot air nozzle. You might not see it. Here we go, right in frame. Let's turn this bad boy up. I'm gonna add a little more flux. The system had a stripped screw on the power supply. This is a PS4 OG model. And it helps when people let you know first, up front, like, hey man, I stripped a screw, someone else tried to open it, or I tried to open it, because then it helps to prepare me. I can get like a screw extraction tool, or maybe even a Dremel if I need to. But yeah, he actually said that he got the stripped screw out after a lot of effort, and he put the stripped screw back in before bringing it in. Guys, always leave the stripped screws in the trash where they belong. Don't drop them off your system. Don't install them. A little more flux. This guy brought this system in, he was like, I just want the HDMI port done. And there was dust and pet hair and dead roaches in it. And I'm looking at it, and I'm telling him, hey man, while I'm in there, I could do a cleaning for you for only 30 bucks. I usually charge 40, but, you know, by the time I'm done, it's like a brand new system. I completely tear it down, scrub everything. I wash the plastic parts, make them look all shiny and new. And of course, brand new thermal pads all the way around, new thermal paste. Just total cleaning, clean the motherboard. But yeah, you get people who just want the repair. And then they hit you up later like, oh man, my system's overheating. It's like, yeah man, I like to do everything all at once. If I'm already in there, I might as well do everything. Fix your port, send you home with a system that looks brand new. No more Apple stickers and dispensary stickers all over it. Like 3-year-old dispensary stickers from dispos that got like raided and shut down, you know. Homie still has like a buy one get one ounce free shake deal sitting on there. Seedless. Alright, I'm gonna see if this one's ready to fall out. Sometimes you can just tap it a little bit. Tell. Yeah, you see that movement we're getting there? Okay. So I'm not tapping hard, I'm giving it like the equivalent of a toddler's index finger amount of strength. Alright, and it just fell out. So, put my hot air. Sorry, Okay, cool. So we're gonna clean this up. We're gonna flip it. We're going to clean up all the old solder and put new solder on there, drop our new port in, test it, and we should be good to go. Cool. Alright, let's flip this thing. Let's see what we got going on here. Alright, look at that. That's what I like to see. Now you want to keep watch. Look at those little components around there. The PS4 OG is kind of nice because you don't have too many small components near the port. So when you're using hot air on it to drop the port out, you don't lose a lot of these little capacitors, diodes, etc. So yeah, that's nice. Let's keep this going. Clean these up. I'm just using regular solder wick. You know, the regular kind. You can get it like Amazon, eBay. Cool. Throw some more flux on there. Get a nice clean solder job going here. There we go. We like lead solder around here. It's toxic, but it's good for your repairs. Q-tip, 90% alcohol. There we go. Okay, now we're going to apply flux. Here's our new port. I hold the port in my tweezers like this. Makes it easy to install. Alright. More heat from the bottom, and this sucker's gonna go right on. Cool? Look how easy that was. Alright, it wasn't that easy. But let's get those 19 pins soldered in, and then we'll clean this up, reassemble and test it. Hey, just so you know, always remove the battery when you're doing repairs like this, okay? Always, always, always. And if anyone in the comments knows exactly what it does to the system, depending on which system, like PS4, PS5, Slim. If anyone has experience fixing damage from working on a system with a battery installed, let us know so everyone else can get assistance too. Alright, so I plan on making more videos like this. If you guys have any recommendations, let me know. I'm open to scathing criticism, because I myself am my harshest critic, so throw it out there. I want to know. But really the main goal of this channel is just like honesty, advice, sharing experience, just, you know, reaching out to you guys, because I've noticed with a lot of the bigger channels like Tronics Fix and stuff, you just end up getting a bunch of filler and sometimes even just downright misleading or false information. Like, I'm gonna call him out on that PS5 thermal paste versus liquid metal video. I mean, he ran the test with no fan on the thermal paste console. I think on the liquid metal console too. It was a comparison with both of them. But it's misleading because if you use thermal paste on a system, you're gonna use your fan. Who wouldn't run their internal fan for a game console? So it's inconclusive at best. And I do want to do a comparison video on my own, talking about it, and you know, letting you guys know you probably can use thermal paste just fine on a PS5. Controversial take, but yeah. So let's get these pins soldered.